to my channel Malay's Online Economics. Today we are giving a class for degree first semester economics major. And today the topic of our discussion is economic problem. This is a basic thing from the introductory chapter, economic problem, that we will be discussing in our class today. I hope you will be able to understand if you follow the class regularly. Before that, just I want to mention, you have already done. Those who have not still subscribed the channel, subscribe it and go through all the videos. So, our problem or topic of our discussion is economic problem. Now, what is economic problem? Before understanding that, we have to understand two things. Actually, three things we will be explaining. See, our wants and our resources are having some basic characteristics. That means you want this, you want that, you want that. That means your wants are unlimited. What I mean to say is that if you get a cycle, then you will desire a bike. If you get a bike, if it is a 100cc bike, you will desire a 150cc bike. Wish I could purchase a 150cc bike. Okay, you get 150cc bike, you are not satisfied. You will be willing to have a 300cc bike. Okay, you got that. Are you satisfied? Will you stop here? No. I wish I could have a car. Then you have a car. Then you will think, I wish I could have a sports car. In this way, our wants are unlimited. But what is the problem? The problem is the money which we have. That is limited. That is not unlimited. So we cannot have whatever we want. We have to make choice. For example, let me give a simple example. It will make you clear. Say you have rupees 20 with you. You have rupees 20 with you. Now what happens? Tomorrow you have an exam, you need a pen. Price of pen is rupees 10. You are very much hungry. So you want to have one packet of biscuit, which will also cost rupees 10. And you are also thirsty. You want to have one cold drink. And the price of cold drink is also rupees 10. So you need three things. You need a pen, you need one packet of biscuit and one cold drink. Now you want all these three things. But the problem is you have only rupees 20 with you. So if you have 20, you cannot have all the three things. Your wants, let me say it as unlimited. Your wants unlimited, your money limited. So it is restricting you to have all the three things. So what you will do? You will choose. Now the problem of choice. This is the economic problem. You have to make a choice. You have to decide. Out of these three, which are most essential and which you can ignore. This choice you have to make. This process of making choice, this is called problem. Here, what is the problem? Problem is that you need 30 rupees but you have 20 rupees. So it is a problem. Simple. Now you have to make a choice. Out of this problem you have to make a choice, and the problem of choice arises now. Now what you may think in your mind, you may think that I must appear in the examination, so I need the pen. Okay. And there are two other things. One is biscuit and one is cold drink. Now, if you purchase cold drink, you will be hungry. But if you purchase biscuit, then you can have a glass of water with the biscuit. So you are thirsty, so that thing will be also satisfied, just which is free. Water is free. So what you think that let me purchase pen and biscuit. Since I don't have more money, I don't purchase this. So you make the choice of these two. This is called choice. So problem of choice comes because of these two things. Basically, your wants are unlimited and resources are limited. And second is the scarcity of your resources. And out of the scarcity, you make choice. And from that choice you have the thing. So this is basic concept of the problem. Now there are three aspects to this. This choice thing has three aspects. First aspect is you have unlimited wants. First aspect is unlimited wants. For simplicity here, the unlimited want is only 3. Unlimited means unlimited, but we assume that it is 3. So you have unlimited want, but you have limited resources. Limited resources means 20 rupees. 20 rupees. And a third important thing, that is alternative use of the resources. First is unlimited want. Second is limited resources. That means rupees 20. And third is alternative use of the resources. That means, what that means, in this 20 rupees, say there are two notes. There are two notes, 10 rupees, 10 rupees. Here it was not written you can only purchase pen out of this 10 rupees. Or you can only purchase biscuit out of this 10 rupees. Then the question of choice do not arise. Then the question of choice does not arise. Why? Because it is written, you can only have pen, you can only have biscuit, or you can only have cold drinks. So you cannot think of purchasing biscuit. But our money don't come like that. In our money, it is not written what thing you can purchase, what thing you cannot purchase. Whatever you want, you can purchase. That means they have alternative uses. You can purchase pen from the same money, biscuit from the same money, or cold drinks from using that particular currency note. Is it clear? So three things: unlimited wants, limited resources, and alternative use of the resources. That help us to make this choice. So this is the basic aspect of the economic problem. Now, why we are discussing this thing? Why we are discussing this thing? This is a very simple thing we know. In economics, whatever you have to study, whether you are going to study production or distribution or whatever, welfare economics, whatever, this issue, this economic problem generates the other issues. All have a root in the economic problem. I'll discuss that thing. Out of this economic problem are all other issues generated, and accordingly you have your units in your chapter, that is production unit, distribution unit, and all these things. Okay, so how? We'll go into that. So these are called basic economic problems which we will be discussing now. Let us see. I hope this thing is clear. If not, you just watch the video again. Here I must say that some of the students were asking me what books to be followed. You can follow Microeconomics by H.L. Ahuja, Advanced Microeconomics. This book, this one. This is very good quality book. You can follow, and moreover this, you can follow other books too. There are books like Kutsoni's, then many other some books by the writers of our area is also there. So that books also a little bit helpful. You can have some ideas through that books. And again, another book which simplifies the thing, Rana and Verma, I think. Rana and Verma, Microeconomics. That book you can also follow. But I personally prefer this. Just a minute. I personally prefer this Advanced Microeconomics by H.L. Ahuja. It gives you elaborate discussion, but the problem is that ready-made note type answer is not there. Points are there. You have to make it short according to your question answer pattern. What kind of questions comes? Accordingly, you have to make it short. You know the question answer pattern 2, 6, 2, 6 and 10. These are the patterns. So you need not to write Ramayana and Mahabharata here in answering the questions. Economics is all about to the point answer. If you are asked something for 2 marks, your word limit should not cross 50. Exactly 50 it is not necessary. It may be 45, it may be 55. That cannot cover more than that. If it is for 10 marks, it is around 300. Around 300. 300, 15, 20 is acceptable. Less than 300. But a question comes for 2 marks and you are writing 3 pages. That is odd and you will be not given good marks for that. So be specific, be to the point in economics when discussing. So for that reason you have to study and accordingly make it short according to your need, your question need. So whatever, let me come to the basic economic problems. So first problem is, what I said, problem means we have lots of wants but resources are limited. Since resources are limited, we cannot satisfy all wants at a time. So we have to make some choice. So first thing is what to produce. What to produce. So what to produce, or the production problem, or what goods and services to be produced. This is the first problem which arises. Let me make it very simple. There is a plot of land and you can produce rice and vegetables. If you produce rice, you cannot produce vegetable in that plot of land. This is say 10 bigha. 10 bigha or 10 acres of land. If it is 10 acres of land, if you produce rice, you cannot produce vegetable. If you produce vegetable, you cannot produce rice. Now, what you will produce? If I ask you, so you cannot simply say, sir, I like vegetables, so I will produce vegetable. I like the trees and the flowers of the vegetables very much, so that's why I will produce vegetable. That cannot be the case. Or you cannot say, sir, the rice grounds are very good to take selfie. I can take selfie, so that's why I will be producing rice. A farmer will not answer like that because it is not anything of fun. It is their livelihood. For the year they will get income out of that thing. So who will tell the farmer to produce rice or vegetable? Market will tell. Now who is market? Who is market uncle? Is there any person who is whose name is market? No, market means the signals, the signaling system, the system. I explained what is market in my last video, I hope, or even maybe in the higher secondary system. So, demand and supply interplay will tell what goods to be produced. Say for example, in the market or in the economy, the demand for vegetable is very high. The supply of vegetable is very less. So definitely the price of vegetable will be high. But rice supply is very much, demand is not so high, because nowadays we all, most of us are following dietings and all these things. One time they eat rice and one time they eat some salad and all these things, whatever. So say the demand for rice is not so high, supply of rice is very much, and demand for vegetable is very high and supply of vegetable is low. So in that case, by producing rice, this person may get 80,000 out of his land and 1,50,000 out of the production of vegetable. Now the answer is very easy. The person will definitely produce vegetable, not produce rice. So who told what to produce? Uncle market, na? Okay, forget about uncle. No, there is no uncle. Market. Market give the signal what to produce. So it is very much important. This question would have not arisen. This question would have not arisen if this person is having plenty of land. Plenty of land. not 10 acres, plenty of lands. So in some lands he would have produced rice, in some would have produced vegetables, in some fruits, in some flowers or whatever it wants. If the supply of land is unlimited. But that is not the case. Not a single person in this world have unlimited supply of land. The supply of land is very much limited. Here in my example, it is only 10 bighas. So I told you, scarce resources, the resources are scarce, and that's why this person is making the choice. So this is the first problem, what to produce. I hope it is clear. The second problem is how to produce. Or the problem of selecting production technology. What does it mean? A particular work can be done by various methods. What kind of work? If it is a land example. I have given so many land example. So I want to produce gamcha. So this gamcha I can produce by particularly two methods. There will be three methods I will explain, but particularly two methods. One, by using some labor and asking them to produce it by handlooms. This is one way. Or another way is I can install a machine, power loom, and accordingly I can produce the gamcha where I need less labor. So there are two types of technology. One is called labor intensive technology and one is called capital intensive technology. I hope it's clear. Labor intensive technology where we use more labor, less capital, and another is capital intensive technology where we use more machines and capital, less labor. Same work can be done by doing this. So land can be cultivated using this cow and all these things, or even using tractor. Okay, so one is labor intensive, one is capital intensive. In one you need more labor, in another you need less labor. You may have seen in while the roads are constructed, so many laborers are working. And if you go to some developed area, or even in highway here in Boy or in Bijni also, what do you see? Big machines are there who are making the road automatically, and just few laborers are doing something. Same road is constructed by labor using so many labor, or same road can be constructed using machines. So there are two methods of doing the thing. So now if I ask you how to produce, which method to be applied, your simple answer will be, you will definitely answer because you have seen somewhere, or you are modern day kids, so you will be saying, so you will use machines, it will be fast. But the answer is not as simple as that. Again, who will give the answer? Here also, market uncle or market auntie, whatever you call, market will give you the answer. The market signal will give you the answer. How? I am giving you example. You need to construct a road, say 5 km. Okay, so using lots of labor, you can produce the road at a cost of 10 lakh. Clear? But if you hire machine, that road can be constructed just by spending 7 lakh. So definitely your answer will be, we will use machines. Okay. But the answer is, as I said, the answer is not so simple. Why? It may also happen that in that particular place, as you know, this is Corona time, the laborers have come back, and that's why there are lots of labor. And laborers, instead of charging 300 per day, they are taking only 100 per day. Now, the construction cost by using more labor is 5 lakh, but machine it is 7 lakh. So if I ask you now what you do, you will definitely select labor intensive technology. Clear? So this is the second problem. Again, why? Because you have limited money, limited resources to spend. So you have to make a choice between these two. Actually not these two, there is another that is called intermediate technology. Intermediate technology means where you use some labor and machine in a mixed way. Okay, that is another option. Whatever, that option which will cost you less, you will go by that particular option. Okay, so what? Second problem is how to produce anything, good service, whatever. So how to produce anything, that thing will depend on this condition. That one which is cheap, where your cost will be less, you will apply that particular method. Next problem is for whom to produce. Next problem is for whom to produce. Now this is another thing. Those who have economics in your higher secondary, you know, and those who don't, please go through my higher secondary economics, microeconomics video. There I have distributed all these things and I have explained the factors of production in the first video, I think. I'm not explaining it here because it will take time. It is a higher secondary concept. I have the video on this my YouTube channel. Those who don't have the concept of 4 factors, land, labor, capital, organization, go through my macroeconomics video where I have explained all these things. Higher secondary video. So there are 4 factors. For performing any work, you have 4 factors. One is called land, labor, capital and organization. Land, labor, capital, organization. Why it is written as K and L? Everything I have told in that particular video, you go through that. You have it. If you subscribe my channel, there you will have the video. You go through it, you will understand. So there are 4 factors: land, labor, capital and organization. They don't the money which is given to you, that don't work automatically. Someone is owning the thing. That means someone is owning land, someone is owning labor, someone is owning capital and someone is owning organization. So for example, I produce this t-shirt. If I produce this t-shirt, whatever money I get, say after selling I get say 10 lakh. Total after selling total t-shirts I get 10 lakh. From my factory. This 10 lakh I will be distributing among this. Land I will give according to the contract. I will be giving 2 lakh, say for example. Labor I will be giving 1 lakh, say for example. Capital I will be giving say 3 lakh. So remaining 4 lakh is my profit. So these people who are the owner of land, owner of capital, owner of labor, owner of organizer will be getting all this money distributed. And this, how they will get this thing? Again demand and supply, again scarcity and that choice. What does it mean? That means if there are so many land, here land doesn't mean soil, I have explained. Resources. If there are so many labor, then their cost, their price will be less. I will pay less and make them work more. And if labors are scarce, I have to pay them more. If there is only one computer engineer in your particular place and if your computer is showing some problem, he may charge 2,000 per as mechanic charge to repair your computer or laptop. But in your place, if there are 100 engineers or 100 mechanics who can make your laptop or computer well functioning, then they may charge 500 or 400 per repair. A simple marketing thing, whatever. So that's the thing. According to demand and supply of land, according to demand supply of labor, according to demand supply capital, according to demand supply of organizer, what happens there? Actually, it is the residual. Whatever this factors getting their income, and this income is used to purchase that thing. I think you don't understand. The people whom I gave this money, they will purchase my t-shirt. Okay, I understand. Only they will not. Other people will also purchase. But those people are also getting some money as land, labor, capital and organization from their business. In this way, a person working in agriculture getting some money as labor charge will be purchasing rice and will also be purchasing t-shirt. And a person who is working in the this t-shirt making factory getting some money as labor charge will be purchasing a t-shirt and also rice. So simultaneously these things will be going on. Whatever may be the case, as a whole, as a macroeconomic concept, if I take all labors on land, all capital together, then for whom to produce? For these people to be produced. So this question deals with the distributive share of all factors: land, labor, capital, organization. Distributive share, how the resources are distributed among these factors. So for whom to produce? For them to produce. This is the third problem. Again, the market gives the answer. There are many problems. These are the main problems. These three are the main problems. There are other problems. There are other problems too. For allocation or use of productive efficiently. That is another problem. That means whether you are using the resources efficiently or not. You may have, say for example, let me talk about human capital. So you have a business, and there you employ one computer engineer. But what happens? You tell that person, you go and help in packeting the biscuits. He is your employee, he will be getting salary, so he have to obey your orders. So he go and help in packeting the biscuits. Now he is one of the expert in doing computer related works, but you are using him to somewhere else. So that is not efficient. Whether your resources are efficiently used or not, that is another problem of economics that need to be dealt with. And there are separate chapters dealing with this. Each and every problem has a chapter in your macroeconomics. In 2 semesters you will study this. Next. Yeah. Then there is the question of full employment. Whether resources are fully utilized or not. That is another problem. Whether the resources are fully utilized or not, or full employment or not. Now, employment doesn't mean only labor. Employment doesn't mean your brother don't get job and he is unemployed. No, not really. Resources may also be unemployed. What may happen? You may have 15 bigha of land, you only cultivate 5 bigha of land. That means 10 bigha is unemployed. 10 bigha of land you don't use. So that is a dangerous thing for the economy. That is another issue, that is another problem. That is another question to be answered. Whether the resources are fully utilized or not. Full utilization means effectively all resources are getting in the production process. So that is another problem. Last, that is related to growth, is the economy's productive capacity increasing. That is another important thing, because every economy in the world need to grow. Yes, forget our economy. You have a business, and this year, say in 2015, you got 3 lakh rupees as profit. Not profit, turnover. 3 lakh rupees turnover, revenue. And in 2016, it is also 3 lakh. 2017, it is also 3 lakh. 2018, this is also 3 lakh. 19 also 3 lakh. And 20 also 3 lakh. So some of you may think it is a good thing. We are getting a same amount of revenue. Same amount of revenue. There is no going down. But there is not going up. Your economy need to grow. If you earn 3 lakh this year, next year you should get 3 lakh 50,000. Next year you should get 4 lakh. It may happen in 1 year, it may come down. But whether down or up, it may go like this and come down, go like this, come down, go like this, come down, go like this, come down, go like this. But ultimately it should go up. It should increase. It should be increasing. So that is the last problem. Whether the economy's productive capacity is increasing or not. And this is related to the technology. This is related to the optimum business allocation, efficient business management and all these things. As your technology grows, productive capacity grows. Initially people were producing something, goods with the help of hand. Then after that machines come. What happens? Productive capacity increases. There are so many masks in the market. If you see this mask, this is one mask. It takes more time to produce. Why? Because it is produced with the help of hand. If it takes 5 minutes, then this mask in 5 minutes, I think 500 masks like this can be produced. How? You can search in Google with the help of machine. It's coming up like that. So what does it mean? It is a growth. It is a growth process. And it should grow in that way. Production should grow, or economy should grow in that way, so that it caters the need of everyone. So that is the last problem, basic economic problem, which we discussed. So basically we discussed 6 basic economic problems. First 3 are the most important, most crucial problems. These are also important, but first 3 are the most crucial economic problems which we encounter. And accordingly, I told you that depending on particular only on these things, we have different chapters. We have factor pricing, then product pricing, okay, welfare economics, and all these things which we have in our these semesters, where we will be watching how in different market goods, how much goods to be produced is decided. If I forgot, one thing must be mentioned here: what to produce. Let me go back to this first point. I told you what to produce. There are another thing related to that: what to produce and in what quantity. What does it mean? With this, I will be finishing today's class. So I told you what to produce, and I told you that you have a plot of land where you can produce rice or vegetable, and you accordingly the market tell you what to produce. But there is another issue which you have to keep in mind. Just what to produce answer is not sufficient. How much to produce is also important. How? I am telling you. Say for example, this is the Shera time, Dasami, Vijay Dasami, after Durga Puja. In particular that day, other days are also relevant, but in particular that day, if you are a sweet seller, or you have a shop, sweet shop, so when I ask you what to produce, your direct answer will be jalebi. Because you have seen, in particular that day, I don't know why, people have a tendency to purchase jalebi. and they take kilos and kilos jalebi to home. Everyone. I do also purchase. I also purchase the thing. Okay. I don't know why. Why I purchase, I don't know. I cannot explain. But I purchase, I bring it home and we eat together. We enjoy it. And it's not religious thing. Forget about religion. It's a community thing. I mean, all practice. My Muslim friends also purchase these things, and I do have other friends also who purchase and we eat together. That happens. So whatever. That is not my issue. Now, if you are a sweet seller, Mr. X, and you know that that particular day you will stop producing rasgulla or laddu or other things, you will produce less and you will produce jalebi. That decision you make. But side by side you have to know how much to produce. Say for example, in your shop generally 5 kilos of jalebi is sold every day. But that day you must know how much. Say for example, that day 20 kg of jalebi is particularly sold. So you can produce 20 kg. Around, exact idea you don't have, but around 20 kg. If you don't know, if you just get the answer of the first question, what to produce, you got the answer of the first question, okay, we have to produce jalebi. And the second question you forgot. Now you order your men working in the shop, produce jalebi. Quickly produce jalebi as much as possible. So they produce 50 kg jalebi. Now what will happen? 20 kg will be sold and 30 kg will be completely damaged. No one is going to purchase that particular jalebi. So that's why I said first question is what to produce and how much. How much to produce, because if any particular product, whether it is onion or whether it is potato, if it is over flooded in the market, price will drastically go down. If you remember 3 years back, the price of onion, 3 years or 4 years back, the price of onion was very high. And what happens? Next year, almost maximum farmers started producing onion, and that's why what happened? The price of onion has drastically fall down and farmers face loss. So that is another problem. So with the first problem, this thing is also related. Whatever, these are the central economic problem or basic economic problems which we explain. And but the thing is that all these problems comes from that particular economic problem which we have discussed. That is scarcity, choice, and that is unlimited wants, limited resources, and alternative use of resources. Unlimited want, limited resources, and alternative use of resources. That's why you make the choice and you face this. With this, we end here. Thank you.